So if you're doing something and you're not lighting up when you think about it, rethink what you're doing. I think I should be saying that again. Rethink what you're doing. I feel like I should be pulling a card because I feel like somebody, whether they're watching now or either they will watch in the future, like they need to hear like a confirmation that the divine has a divine promise for them, but they may not feel like they're worthy of that. Should I? Oh my gosh. That was not part of the plan. That was not part of the plan. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull one of these cards, and then I'm going to pull like a tarot card. This is what I do with the weekly word. But usually I have the message just comes to me. But I feel like at some point, I am justice. Okay. Let's see. Don't fall. The balance of love and divine light leads you, Isaiah 1:17. And if you see here with the symbolism, it's for the sign of Libra, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Libra, like someone that is a Libra. Okay? So we have a scale with a heart. And then on the other end is a feather. So a heart that is light as a feather. So if your heart is heavy, weighed down with, it could be guilt or shame or discouragement, that you have to allow the healing power of the divine to come in and cleanse your heart. So that way you're not carrying around that baggage throughout life that will weigh you down. Because how can you bring homeostasis to the world if you are out of balance? One thing that I also feel like is that for women and like taking your feminine health serious, because what I see with the scales, I see like the ovaries, I see like, you know how we come in twos, like these and then our ovaries and you know that. We have to take that more seriously, okay? How can we help people who are not in optimal health, okay? How can we? We can't. How can we encourage other people when we need encouragement and we're not allowing the divine to speak to us and speak to our heart and allowing others that can help? Somebody may be overwhelmed with work, overwhelmed with housework, or just overwhelmed, like taking on so much that you feel heavy, but you got to allow other people to help you. Okay, for whoever that is for. But I did say I was going to pull a tarot card. Let me see. Which ones are right here? Ew. Okay, so I have, I forgot which one, what this one is called, but the Hermetic Tarot, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Ooh, we got a card that just dropped off here. We got the Five of Cups. Yeah, okay. So the Lord of Loss and Pleasure. We have Mars in Scorpio. And that is like heaviness. Like, let's look at the symbolism here. Okay. So someone has been overworking, like I'm saying. Like, I probably should stop this on YouTube at some point, but maybe it's somebody on here that needs to listen to it. I don't know. I just be obedient as possible. Okay, so someone definitely has too much on their plate. Okay, they're overworking, they're overthinking, they don't take any time for themselves, they like going. And like the divine is like, you just need to stop because you're doing too much. Lord of material work. Like, this is on the top of the deck. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. We have, once again, Martian energy here. And then we have Virgo. That's a funny looking Virgo sign. Okay, but anyways, so that's overworking. Like, how can you allow the abundance to flow through if you are always doing? It's like, I'm going to give you an analogy. I feel like it is a woman. Okay, so a woman may want, for example, where is someone that will hold the door open for me? Where is someone that will be kind and giving to me? But when someone goes to hold the door open for you, you rush to go hold the door open for them. This is an analogy, or this could literally happen. you want someone to treat you to lunch, but you're the one that is treating others to lunch. You want someone to do something for you, but you're not giving the people the opportunity in your life to do it. And then we have right here, I think it's the last card. All right. So it says here, once again, Martian energy. Okay. Lord of perfected success. The 10 of Cups. You know, the 10 of Cups is like, whoo, joy. And this is what's on the other side. We have 3 Mars cards. Look at this. We have Mars, Mars, Mars. Someone is a hard worker, but you don't have to work that hard. If you do the inner hard work, which is the hardest work ever, ask anybody that has been through a dark night of the soul or through some treacherous mental and emotional stuff. They will tell you that's the hardest work. And someone is hiding from that hard inner work, allowing that healing to come in, like just hiding from it. But you can't hide from it because it's going to play out in your body, in your nervous system. It's going to play out, if you're a woman, it's going to play out in your ovaries. It's going to play out in your body. Okay, I'm not a physician, all right? But this is true. You can still look it up. So you got to allow, if you really want that balance and that fairness to come in, you're going to have to allow this healing, and you're going to have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, but vulnerable to the right ones. Ask and pray for discernment, because it's nothing like being vulnerable to the wrong ones. Pray for discernment, okay? I think I'm supposed to be done, I think. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was so unexpected, but I felt like that's how it just happens sometimes. It just happens like that. My battery's about to die, by the way. Okay, so this was my very first one. It's called the Ascended Bible Divine Guidance Cards. I used to do Ascended Bible studies, which I sort of kind of still do anyway, and I'm going to get back into those. Then I also had scriptures too. Like this one is Acts 13:22, a pure heart. Look, somebody. Didn't I just tell y'all about the heart? Didn't I just tell y'all about the heart, though, when we had this card come up? And then, so just so happened, I'm not even thinking about that reading from earlier. A pure heart. You have a pure heart to rightfully lead, heal, and teach others. Acts 13:22. So maybe that's a scripture for you. And what was the other one? Isaiah 1:17. Maybe these 2 scriptures are for somebody. Okay, for to meditate on, to decode. I do have a biblical decoder sheet on my Etsy shop, but also I have it for the members for free. And that one is a living PDF. I'm about to add some more stuff to that PDF so people can use that as a resource for to decode the scriptures. Okay, so yeah, somebody heart work, like your heart may be heavy, and your heart may be heavy, but remember how I was saying, you have all this Martian energy, so you have the power to break that. You have the power to heal. It takes power sometimes to heal. And then you have here the promise of the victory. 10 of Cups, the Lord of perfected success. So what I'm feeling with this perfected success is that you will find a remedy. It's like you have a template. So by you healing, you will be able to help others heal because you have developed a process of healing, if that makes sense. So this could be someone, not only could it be like an emotional thing, but it could also be someone that is working with herbology, like herbs or homeopathic solutions. This could also be a person that develops some type of kit or tool that will help people physically, but also maybe mentally, psychologically. It was in the members this past week, it was something that came up about someone, they're the wounded healer. So they are wounded, okay? But they have the ability to heal others. So they're always healing others, but they're left depleted, okay? And so the Divine Spirit was saying that the wounded healer has the ability to heal. It's your turn to heal. So if you guys are members, y'all check that last video out. that I posted in the members section, that could be the same person that needed confirmation with this energy right here. As we just left the Sagittarius full moon, and the Sagittarius, the centaur, I say Seder, the centaur, the wounded healer, Chiron. No, not directly related to Chiron, but it's that same energy, the wounded healer. That's what I was picking up on, was that. So you could be the wounded healer. Ironic that we have here feminine force. You are a divine feminine force, a feminine acceptance, because a lot of times, especially being women in a patriarchal system, sometimes it's hard to accept our femininity. And femininity is not what most people think femininity is. It's like your divine feminine energy. That's even with men. Embrace your power, all stages of the feminine cycle. So maiden, mother, crone, all of these are acceptable. All of these are valid stages of the divine feminine. None is greater than the other. You know how they try to say old women about old women? I don't believe there's no such thing as old. Anybody ask me my age, I say I'm ageless. Ageless always. Okay? So anyways,